Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. Happy Sunday. Today I wanted to share with you our curriculum picks for preschool math. If you don't know me, my name is Jessie. I normally provide respite care for special needs children in New York City. I was laid off in March due to the pandemic, so this academic year I am assisting families with virtual learning and homeschool. I currently am teaching two children, two little girls. One will be 10 in December, and the other one is 3 years old, and she will turn 4 during this school year. This math curriculum is obviously for the younger of the two children, for the 3-year-old. We are using the Good and the Beautiful's pre-K course book as our language arts spine. We are also using handwriting from the Good and the Beautiful that is appropriate for her age and developmental level. But the Good and the Beautiful does not offer a math curriculum for pre-K. The Good and the Beautiful's math starts at level K, and I do know that a lot of families use level K math very successfully with the pre-K language arts. I took a look at some of the sample pages and I felt like it was definitely a little bit advanced and a little bit rigorous for where we are right now. And it's also been incredibly difficult to get a hold of. Level K Math at the Good and the Beautiful has been in and out of stock for a few months now, and activity boxes are out of stock. Activity boxes have been redesigned. Activity boxes have been shipping without certain components in them, and it's one of the number one things that I see online people talking about is kind of just the difficulty with getting level K math right now. That did also weigh into my decision. The Good and the Beautiful, I'm sure, is overwhelmed with this new influx of homeschoolers, and I'm sure finding this to be a challenging time, as we all are. So for me, since I felt like it was a little bit advanced for us anyway, and we probably would not get to it until at least later in this year, it just made more sense to go on Amazon and to find something that I thought would work for this age level. The two books that I picked up are both from Modern Kid Press. I picked up Preschool Math, which is rated for ages 2 to 4, and I picked up Number Tracing, which is rated for ages 3 and up. We will use Preschool Math in the beginning part of the year. We will switch to Number Tracing, and as always, we can fill in with other things if we need more material as time goes on. When I purchased these books, there were not any flip-throughs or any pictures of the insides of the books on Amazon. So I want to just really quickly show you kind of how it's formatted. They're really basic, and they start by just having pages like this where it gives a number to color, an opportunity to trace the word form of the number, as well as a place to trace and to write independently the numerical. Those pages go all the way up to number 10, and then it moves into some other things. So here it is asking the child to identify what number comes between. So we're talking about sequencing now. It's asking what comes between 4 and 6, what comes between 3 and 5, what number would come between 7 and 9. It's also asking the child to count objects and draw a line. And there are several pages like that with different sequencing. There is, right at the end of the book, if I can find it, just some very basic, one page each, very basic addition and subtraction. So it's showing a visual representation here that there are 2 stars, and if you take 1 star away, how many stars are left, and the child would write the number there. So this is Preschool Math. This is, I think, about 60 pages, and I'll share more about our schedule probably in subsequent videos, but right now we are just really doing number cognition and math readiness 1 day a week with this particular little one. So I definitely think that these will last us for quite some time. The other book is Number Tracing, And it starts out very similarly, where it has the child write the word form as well as the actual number. It gives a space for tracing both of those things. This goes all the way to number 20, whereas the other book stopped at number 10. This one does go up to 20. So now we're building on what we have previously learned. And at the very end of the page, it gives very simple addition. And again, it has the visual representation. At the back, there are quite a few blank pages, and I assume that's so that you can create your own content and write your own math problems and things like that. So these are the two books that we're using as our math workbooks for the year. Now, I do like these. I think they're fine. I do wish that they were a little bit more in depth. I feel like the Good and the Beautiful Level K is a little bit too advanced for us, and I feel like these maybe don't go quite as far as I would like for them to go. That being said, this is really just about math literacy, recognizing numbers, being able to do basic counting, and things like that. That's really what I want to accomplish with math this year. Those are really my only goals, that we can count effectively, that we can recognize numbers when we see them, and also that we have kind of a basic grasp on addition and subtraction. And if I have 5 and I take 3 away, how many then are left? Those are really the kind of things that I'm focusing on. So I think that these meet those goals perfectly fine. I do wish, as you maybe noticed, the books are entirely in black and white. I do wish that they were in color. If you can see the back of the book here, how it has these kind of examples, I would love it if the interior pages looked like this. It's just a little bit more engaging, draws attention, and I don't know. I think it would be nicer, prettier, if they had maybe done some of the illustrations and things like that in this book in color. That's probably my only primary complaint. To go along with these books, I did pick up some manipulatives. Now, this is a Little Dutch abacus. I bought this from Scandaborn. I just thought this was so cute. I do actually have a vintage abacus, but obviously I don't want to pack that away and send that over to someone else's house. And so this is her very own abacus that she can keep. I loved it. It's really aesthetically pleasing, and it'll look so pretty on the shelf. So this is what it looks like. It's just this really cute little monochromatic rainbow design. As you can see, I love this color. Our latchmate is this color. My personal bookshelves in my house are this color. I love these kind of teals and blues. And this is just a really basic abacus that is going to help us with adding and subtracting, and also with learning how to count. And she has a baby brother, so I'm sure he will have a lot of fun just playing with it in general, even aside from it being a math manipulative. It has a wooden base, and it's really beautifully made. It seems quite sturdy. The wire framing here seems quite sturdy. I have seen some where it just kind of feels flimsy, almost like you can bend the wire, but this one is beautifully made, and I am really excited to ship this off to her. We're not starting math quite yet, so that's why I still have a few of these things at my house. I did also pick up this from Amazon. I don't know if you had counting bears when you were in elementary school. We had counting bears in my kindergarten classroom. I loved counting bears. I especially thought that the little blue bear was my friend, and I used to get in trouble for talking to the bears when I was supposed to be working and using them to do little activities and adventures. I especially loved that little blue bear. So I went looking for some counting bears for her, and I actually found these. They are counting unicorns. this is so cute to me. I just think that they're so cute. I had no idea that they made these. I love them. I love the colors, and I love that they come with these little cups. So there's also sorting, colors, stacking, other things that you can teach. And then it comes with 50 little teeny tiny unicorns. These are so cute. Let me see if I can show you. So they're just these teeny tiny little plastic unicorns. And they're just for sorting. Now they are smaller than counting bears, as I remember, but my hands are bigger now, so maybe I just don't remember correctly how big counting bears were. They do seem quite tiny to me in comparison to the counting bears. So that's maybe something to be mindful of if you're using this with a preschool aged child. There are quite a few different colors, and these are going to be a lot of fun. They do also have a hole in the bottom, and because I'm a nerd, I did test them, and they do fit on the end of a pencil. At least the pencils that I have, they did fit on the end of my eraser. So these are our little manipulatives that we're using. I wanted to pick up some more natural materials, like some river rocks and some wooden cubes, but ultimately I saw these and I just thought that they were so cute. Even though I'm not usually crazy about plastic, this was very nostalgic for me, and I just thought that they actually just kind of, it all went together so nicely to me. Of course, you should not pick your math curriculum and your math manipulatives on whether or not they are aesthetically pleasing, but it is a nice bonus, especially if you live in small little New York City apartments and a lot of things have to kind of be out and in view and on display because there aren't a lot of hiding places. It's nice to have things that are both functional and beautiful. So this is my quick and easy math video, and I would like to thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.